You know, we have the older veteran, Pacquiao, but still dangerous. We have Adrien Broner, the young guy that's coming back for redemption. It's going to be a good fight, but if Adrien doesn't step up his game and stays 100% in tune with his skills and his ability and stay in training camp 100%, he's going to lose. He's going to lose to Pacquiao. And if Pacquiao doesn't do what he must, does what he usually does, which is stepping off for the angles, throwing those weird overhand lefts and going to the body and make shots up, then I see Adrien picking him apart. But if both fighters do what they do, it'll be a good fight. But I don't know who I'm leaning forward too much in this fight as of yet. But the active fighter sometimes, an active fighter with good movement usually is more favoritism, like a Pacquiao style. But I think Adrien Broner, younger, seems to get back, be hungrier, hopefully. I think it'll be a good fight, really good fight.
I think it's a tale of volume in that fight. If Broner's active and throws, I think he has a very, very good shot in that fight.
Very good shot. But if we see the Pacquiao we usually see about 5 years ago that throws in these fast, crisp combination with powerful overhand lefts and these weird right hooks, it's going to be a tough fight for Adrien. But like I said, my heart is with Adrien. That's my boy, and I just hope he stays in training camp. I hope he stays focused, and I hope he gets the win.
I mean, it's a good fight. You see how much Pacquiao got left. When Pacquiao was at his best, maybe he'll win. I mean, he looked pretty good his last fight. I didn't see the fight, but depending on what kind of Broner shows up, he's definitely very talented, and I wish both of them the best.
Do you think, if the Broner shows up that we've seen the last several years, is that enough to beat Pacquiao, you would think? Or does he have to find a way to...
Depending on what Pacquiao, not in Pacquiao's prime. Anything can happen in boxing. Broner got a good chin, he can fight. So you just got to stay focused, and I think he could win.
See, the Pacquiao-Broner fight is a dangerous fight for Manny or Broner.
Yeah, well, both guys. I mean, Broner can fight when he's ready to fight. When his mind's right, he can fight. And he's a big guy. He's a big guy. Manny's fought everybody. He's fought big guys before, so I don't think it's for him. I don't see it as, you don't look at it as being much of a problem. I think stylistically, Broner's not that difficult for Manny. I think Manny presents more problems for Broner. I don't think Broner's fought a guy who gives us so many angles, as quick as Manny is. But I think Broner, when he's right, he can fight. He puts on exciting fights, so we'll see what happens.
Why do you feel in certain fights he hasn't been able to let his hands go or his volume of punches? You being an ex-fighter, what do you see there? And could you explain that, like your opinion on that?
I don't think it's a physical thing, it's a mental thing. Yeah. I don't think he's been prepared mentally for a lot of these fights that he should be. He waits, he likes to wait. You're giving rounds away. He waits, and then he thinks he's going to knock guys out with that big punch. He can punch pretty good, but, Manny takes a pretty good punch. Manny's fought bigger punches before, so I don't think if he does against Manny, it's a bad move. But for whatever reason, if he didn't think he was in the best of shape, whatever. All I heard this day, he said he's in great shape. He's went down to Florida. He's got away from all the distractions. Great, let's see what happens.
Who do you pick in the fight, though?
I think Manny beats it because of his experience. Yeah. I think because of his experience. He's got Broner's not going to show him anything that Manny hasn't seen before. I think Manny has a lot of weapons that Broner hasn't seen yet.
And potentially facing the winner.
It is what it is, you know what I mean? I see Pacquiao winning, probably a unanimous decision. And it really depends how Broner comes into. If Broner will take it lightly, if he fucks around, I say Pacquiao knocks him out or win by unanimous decision. But Broner comes back and wins it trains very well, trained like he wants it again. I see Broner winning.
Pacquiao Broner. You know what? Right now, I think it's about which Pacquiao will show up and which Broner will show up. That's really ultimately what comes down, because if both of them show up with 100%, gas tank on full, and just ready to go to work, we're going to get an action-packed fight, and I can't pick a winner. But if we get, the Adrien Broner that we've seen in the past who doesn't punch enough, then we might see Pacquiao outpoint him. Or if we see Pacquiao get old overnight, we'll see Adrien Broner take advantage of him. But I'm looking forward to a good fight regardless. I'm proud of those. I'm proud of Adrien for even having such a huge fight such as this. He's able to prove and redeem himself that he's a world-class fighter again.
I think Pacquiao, Pacquiao come to fight. I think he gonna always give his all the time, consistent in who he is, and so I think that's make a big difference.
Man, you know that's gonna be a great fight, but I want to go with my guy Broner, man, because you know he has the skills to do it, but he just don't be letting his hands go. So if he come out there and let his hands go, I give it to Broner. But if you get the Broner that you know kind of wants to be a little defensive, Pacquiao can take it.
I don't like that fight. You know, it's a hard one, man. It's a hard one to predict Adrien Broner. Who knows? Who knows what kind of emotional state he's going to be in, you know, how ready he's going to be, how bad he wants it. I love this fight for Broner, though. I really, 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 really love this fight for Broner because he's fighting an older Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao has always been a beatable fighter, somebody to, even if you don't beat him, you can compete with him, right? I feel like, you know, a lot of people have competed with Manny Pacquiao. I think Adrien Broner is also going to compete quite well against Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao being a southpaw, and Adrien Broner's #1 asset is that straight right hand. That can play a big role that night. It's the #1 weapon against all southpaws with right-handed fighters, and that's his best punch, you know? And we know Floyd utilized it. It was one of Floyd's best punches as well. But as Manny being a southpaw, for me, it's just really up to AB. He is the younger fighter. I think he can be in superior strength and conditioning if he's up for it and be prepared to do something that he would not be able to do otherwise, which is finally put respect back on his name, you know? And people can be like, well, Manny was old, and that's like the only thing they're going to be able to say. Like, what else are they going to be able to say? They can't say nothing else, you know? And he's going to be like, and I'll still beat him. And we got paid, AB, about Billy's, blah, you know? Yeah, you know? So at the end of the day, man, I mean, this is just a tremendous opportunity for that man and his fight in his career right now. And if I was him, I would step up to the plate and I would play ball and I would be trying to hit a home run, baby.
It's business, bro. I mean, Heyman just signed Manny Pacquiao. And, I mean, if a big investor, a big businessman like Al Heyman signs Manny Pacquiao, he's not going to put him in there, bring him in for his first fight against somebody that he feels he's going to lose to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Adrien Broner, great person. He's my friend. But he has so much distractions outside the sport that's one of his biggest flaws. If he will stay 100% in the sport, in boxing, 100% boxing, of course, he will be a great boxer, a great champion, everything, but he has so much distractions outside. That's one of his biggest flaws, and that's where I don't think he'll be Manny Pacquiao, honestly.
You don't think it'll be competitive, or you do expect?
It will be competitive. It will be competitive in maybe 5, 6 rounds, but I think after the 6th, 7th round, Manny Pacquiao will start, you know, landing some good shots and do damage because Manny Pacquiao can really hurt you with any punch.
Jesse, you're a man who shared the ring with both Manny and Broner. So curiously, fans are going to want to know your input on this fight. How do you see it?
You know, it's a tough fight for both fighters. It's a 50-50 fight. In boxing, anything could happen. That's what I tell each and every one of the fans that I have a boxing conversation about. You know, when they ask me my opinion, and I'm going to tell you the same thing. Anything can happen. You know, both guys have 2 fists, and both guys have prepared properly. But it comes down to who has the most experience and also who came up with the better game plan. You know, was it Cunningham or was it Freddie Roach? And also, of course, the fighters that it's mainly on, you know, how they perform that night. And I think that Manny Pacquiao has the speed, has the experience, and has the corner to defeat Adrien Broner. But then again, Adrien Broner has that anxiety to want to become that mega superstar. In order to do so, he needs to defeat Manny Pacquiao, you know, a superstar in himself. But it's going to be a good one. I believe that the advantage would have to go to Manny. We'll see who comes out with the victory come the 19th.
All right, so my thing is on Pacquiao. Pacquiao is the more experienced fighter. He's the more explosive fighter. He's fast, but his age is definitely maybe a factor in this fight. You know what I mean? Adrien Broner, I think, is a very talented fighter, right? It's a hit or miss, you know, with him as far as, you know, that level of a fight. I will put all my eggs in a basket for him because he's a black brother, and I think we need more black black people doing more well. So I mean, more better in life. To be exact, but like, you know, with the promotion we getting over here and how it's being put out the way that it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's about Pacquiao and Adrien Broner. I'm just saying who I think will win. I think Manny Pacquiao wins the fight off of his experience, his speed, and his legs. And Adrien Broner may have
the problem. You got that sleeper.
Yeah, he got a sleeper, but I mean, we seen Pacquiao get slept.
Every time Adrien Broner comes up to the occasion, he doesn't show up.
I don't.
He needs to show up. That's what he has got all the talent. He got all his marbles. He just got to put them together.
I don't like it. I don't like it for Manny.
Yeah.
At this point of his career, Manny should be fighting, bigger names than that.
Bigger names.
Obviously.
Come on this side. He's a
You think that he has not an easy fight, but a solid performance against him?
Okay. Well, Manny, at this point of his career, at this stage of his career, at this age of his career, Manny should go out fighting whoever he wants to fight. He deserves it, So.
What happens in that fight?
Huh?
What happens in the fight?
I think Broner beats him.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, Broner's younger. He's I think he's hungrier. His reflexes are better. Should be a good fight.
Broner in a bad fight. Look, people talk shit about Adrien Broner, and rightfully so, because Broner talks a lot of shit, and he deserves that criticism and all that. But you still want to watch him fight. Even in his losses, he loses and he goes punch for punch with these guys. The guy has a heavy punch. He could take a punch. He's exciting to watch. So bring it on. Pacquiao, Broner, I would love that fight. They're both fast, explosive. They both can punch.
Do you think Pacquiao at this moment can still beat Broner?
Yeah, I think Pacquiao, there's this opportunity. He can still beat Broner. He looked good in his last fight. Pacquiao still looked fast. He still looked, quick and explosive. Not the Manny Pacquiao of old, but definitely still one of the top fighters in the world. And Broner's not the top fighter in the world at 147. I would say it's evenly matched. It's a perfect fight for both of them.
I don't know, man. Adrien Broner's a good fighter. Pacquiao did really good with Lucas Batistas, and you never know what can happen. It can go either which way. I mean, Broner's a really good fighter, and he's younger. Pacquiao's a little older, so I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't even see the fight with Lucas Batistas, but I heard it was a great fight. I heard that he knocked him down, and that's kind of impressive. Knock him down and stop him. That's impressive to me. So I don't know. I have to see Pacquiao fight again.
It's no surprise, man. He's at the last stage of his career. Do you think he has that one or two last fights to give these guys a run for their money?
Well, him fighting Lucas Batistas like that and do what he did with Lucas, I mean, that says a lot right there. Because Lucas is a good fighter.
Do you think it's a pickup fight?
I don't know. Like I said, I got to see the way Pacquiao fight. For him to fight Lucas Batistas and stop him, that's really impressive to me. So I don't know. I got to see what's going on with that.
I think it's a gauge for Manny. You know, we're gonna see where Manny's at right now. So
how does it play out though?
Manny wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doubtful.
Doubtful of Manny.
Yeah.
Manny wins
because they don't know if that was really him in the Matisse fight or if Matisse didn't show up.
No, that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah. I think we've seen a consistent Manny. The inconsistency we've seen is it's fault to our own. We're expecting, 35-year-old, 33-year-old Manny to get in the ring, and it's just not that anymore, But we've seen a consistency in terms of his offensive game is still there. It's just, we're saying he doesn't have the killer instinct anymore, but he's still consistent in terms of how much work he puts in through the rounds and winning the rounds, So with that being said, I think he beats Adrien Broner.
Is it a close fight, or you think he'll take over?
I think it's as close as Adrien allows it to be. Adrien comes to the ring, lets his hands go. That's a good fight. He doesn't do that, then it's a one-sided victory.
Is Pacquiao shown in the last fight that he has more than enough to be able to hang with Broner at this point, age-wise? How do you take everything?
I think it's a dangerous fight.
For who?
For Pacquiao.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Broner's got nothing to lose. He's already lost a few fights, and there's still obviously either a market for him or somebody who gives him a market, right? Mr. Heyman has been very generous to him, very good to him, and he's been good to his fighters. You have to say that, and Broner's been one of them. Even when sometimes his behavior after fights, a lot of people aren't thrilled by it and aren't enthralled by it, but. And even when he's lost some of his, bigger fights, he still has a landing place because Mr. Heyman gives it to him, and again he's loyal to his fighters. Give him credit for that. I think that Pacquiao, because of age, because of time in the sport, you get to a place where you only have so much left. I think he's at that place. What is it? How much is so much? I can't quantify that. I can't tell you exactly what that is. But I'll tell you one thing. You didn't get a true indicator of it in the Matisse fight because Matisse was empty in the tank when it came to what we're talking about, what's left. He had nothing left. So you couldn't really get a good handle on it, a proper barometer of it with that fight. So Pacquiao, Broner is young enough, talented enough, physically strong enough to present, fast enough with his hands to present some problems.